9:15 here in Tennessee. Looks like we got a couple of multicam tool bags left. Maybe. If they're online and you can order it, it'll ship to you Monday. Typhon day packs, multicam tool bags, orange Cali compliant grocery bags. Got a few stacked micros. We have a lot of options in left hand. Fupa danglers, we've got Raid, looks like Typhon and multicam black with blue thread. Normal Fupas, I see Typhon red, Typhon blue, Raid, and multicam black red. And then if you like our small little fanny pack, I love these things. I've got some multicam black red ones. So, what's everybody's plan for the weekend? Looks like padded night vision cases, padding hearing protection cases, sand socks right there, back behind the behind your stock, you know, bean bags. Dual-handled boot bags, those are all shipping orders out. These are orders that were placed here later in the day. These will ship out. Probably some of them will go this weekend. Did anybody get tracking today? We shipped a ton of packages every day this week. So I see 2 online, 1 thumbs up so far, and I'm into this for 1 minute and 30 seconds. I'm not seeing any comments so far. I'm not seeing anybody online here. So YouTube is probably not working tonight. There's a bunch of belts that will ship out. Here's a bunch of Memorial Day bags that'll ship out. 3-mag shingles. We reran another batch of 3-mag shingles in multicam. The others all sold out. We've got a bunch of green H harnesses up here that will ship. All of those will ship orders Monday. Leonard Fisher, how are you, man? What's up? So we had a live video, or not a live, we had a video post up. If you have seen that, leave some comments on there for sure. And let me know what you think. Do you like the content we put together there? Would you like to see more of that stuff? Yet another batch of 3-mag shingles. We have a few shirts left from this week. It says fuck around and find out. It's a little subdued, so you could wear it and people would have to really look at it to see the word fuck on there. I'm seeing 5 online, 3 thumbs ups, 2.5, almost 3 minutes into this. I'm seeing no comments, so my suspicion is that we're not going to do this live here tonight. Multicam dual shot shells, big ass German chocolate cake. Hello, Satan. Hello. The second militia, love from Nashville. What are you doing in Nashville? What are you doing in Nashville? You know any cool abandoned places there we could go run through? Ryan Ray, what's up? Chuck Peoples, haven't seen you in a minute. I hope you're doing great. Jeremy Kirby, what's up, bud? Leonard Fisher. 12 online, 8 thumbs up. Come on, let's talk. What do you want to talk about? I definitely have other shit to do, like go and eat that chocolate cake. Wicked storm rolling through right now. Fuck, man, I'll take some. I could definitely use some rain. Matt Christopher, what's up? Middletown, Ohio, Jay Helms, what's up? How are you? Patrick Caswell. Hey, I had one of your orders in my hand today. I don't know if it was able to ship or what the deal was with it. I'm just going through stacks of papers on my desk. As much of a mess as it looks like, it's about 2/3 lower than it was. St. Jacobson, what's up? Sitting in a dock in Kansas, waiting on some Hormel chili. Oh, like a loading dock. Loading dock. I was thinking like on water. The Makita framing gun is tits. Right on, man. I think Makita's all pretty good shit. We got a decent amount of rain today. Man, I need some rain. I definitely need some rain. What's the plan for the weekend? Anybody doing anything cool? We're going to get out and go do something. I don't know what. So what do you do for fun? We go through like abandoned buildings and shit. I mean, that's the thing, right? I don't have to wait till the weekend to have fun. Everything I do is fun. Like, I just don't do shit that I don't like doing anymore. What does America look like a year from now? For you or for me? My America, it looks way fucking better than it is now, right? Because I'm going to continue to do all the shit I want to do. I've put myself in a position that even if half of the world got completely fucked up, my people are going to be fine. We're going to be fine. And if the world really truly went to shit, we're going to have a lot less limitations on us because there's not going to be law in the way that we know it. And we're going to fucking handle problems ourselves immediately and ruthlessly. And we will, the entire way that we operate will change. And I actually think that it'll be better for us without government and regulations than it is right now. We used to have this really sick abandoned hotel near Nashville, and it was so awesome to go through. It was like a time machine, but they tore it down. There's still some there. We just have to find them. I know there's a bunch there. People that know where the abandoned places are really tight-lipped now, because as soon as you do a video about them, people go in and just vandalize the shit out of them. Like the asylum we were just in, most of the glass is still there, surprisingly. Like almost all of it is still intact. Working on the garden this weekend, second harvest stuff, right on, Chuck. I am actually still planting stuff for later harvest. Do you have and use a multi-tool around the homestead? Do you have a preference? Yeah, I like Leatherman stuff. I really like the Leatherman Mutt. I like any of the bigger Leathermans. I think Gerber is absolute fucking trash. I think that you can't go wrong with anything Leatherman. So, and if you get on Leatherman's website, you can even have like custom laser engraving and custom colors. You can build your own, and they'll have it to you in like a week. I had a pretty badass like Tiffany blue one made for Amanda. It's got some hot pink on there, and then they lasered on a message that I put on her blade for her. So I'd say you can't go wrong with anything Leatherman. And of course there's 50 other brands out there. But Leatherman is like, you're not ever going to go wrong with it. I bought a bunch. I bought every Gerber that I could get a hold of. I bought every Leatherman. I bought all kinds of them. And the Gerber stuff is absolute fucking trash. Like some of the scissors, when they're closed, stick out and literally cut your finger. The cheap ass liner lock they use on some of the, fucking trash. Plastic does not, like, it's just built in a manner that if you use it hard, it will break, where the Leatherman's not going to. Have you had any luck growing broccoli that hasn't gotten eaten by insects? We're too hot right now to grow broccoli. Like, if I wanted broccoli, I would probably plant broccoli right now and maybe even a little bit later, because broccoli will overwinter. It'll slow down for sure, but broccoli will do way better in cooler temperatures. Like, I've had broccoli growing, 2.5, 3 feet tall, that's got just ice on it, and it's fine even when it warms back up. Really like my Leatherman Wingman. Every Gerber multi-tool I've ever had broke. That's what I'm saying, man. Yeah, even like the Leatherman, like the original Leatherman and the Super Tool, I have some of those things that are 30 years old right now, and they're like, I don't beat on them, but I mean they're still fucking, they're good to go. You're going to build chicken coop. Recommendations for raising hens. I have done some research, but didn't know if you had experience with hens. The second militia, I have 300 chickens here right now. I have chickens that are 2 years old. I have chickens that are 3 years old. I have chickens that are 9 months old, and I have chickens that are probably 4 months old. Like here's a Leatherman I bought. It was the only one they had, so I had to get this color. But I bought it, you know, just to take photos with when we were doing all the pocket slides and all our EDC pouches and stuff. Perma Pastures, what's up, man? How are you? Is Grumpy on here? I didn't see Grumpy on here. I use Paladin Tool multi-tool because it's got 66 110 IT punch down tools and uses the SOG items right on. Going to plant a few more pepper plants in mineral bucket tomorrow. I've still got potatoes I'm putting in. Like, and I know a lot of people are like, man, it's really late to plant stuff, but as hot as it's been, even if it cools off, we can take them and just put them in the row house, and that'll extend us a good 2 months. And then I've got a big furnace for the row house. Also, it's a big wood burning stove with a big thermal sink around it. So we'll fill it like with diatomaceous earth or sand, and we'll fire that thing this year if we have to. Check out grow. Yeah, grow bags are nice, but I've got 125 mineral buckets, and like with mineral buckets, I can just like slide them into the blade of the tractor and roll them around pretty easy. Philip Strother, how are you? Grumpy Acres, what's up, man? I see you on there now. Pimp Cast into house, nice. Oh yeah, permapastures. So your chicken coop, I don't know, like the biggest thing I want you to take away from what anybody tells you about chickens, there is no wrong way to do. I mean, obviously you can't keep them in like an aquarium. I wouldn't keep them underwater. You know, I mean, aside from just asinine sheer stupidity, there's no wrong way to raise chickens or rabbits. And you're gonna get in these groups, and there's some great groups. Backyard Chickens is a good group. Pastured Poultry is a good group. Backyard Meat Rabbits is a good group on Facebook. But you're gonna find these nitty bitty little fucking twats in there, and you'll post a photo and they will attack you for just silly shit, right? But the deal is, all the stuff they're pissing and moaning about and telling you how you should do it, the shit they want you to do, it didn't exist 50 years ago. And if it was so bad, all these other practices, if they were so terrible, how do you have any livestock today, right? Because we didn't just create rabbits, right? The genetics are here from genetics that our grandparents, our great-grandparents, and further generations back. Obviously, it worked for them. So the biggest takeaway is do what's easy for you. The closer you have them to your house, the easier it's going to be. Like it'll cut your time hugely. Where you want them and where you need them are two different things. And like, so smell, that's one thing, right? Smell, if you have a lot of chickens. I have 50 some chickens in a tractor, and I have 50 in another tractor. When I go out there later in the day, there's a little bit of a smell, but I drag those tractors, I move them twice a day. If I don't move them, like if I just out of town during the day or something and I don't move those animals twice a day, it smells more. Now, if your area can't be moved, right, you just put down wood chips, or you put down pine shavings, you could put pine needles. I mean, you can put any straw, you can put any kind of material down there and use like a deep bedding system, and it'll take all that odor away. You could also add a little lime in there if you needed to. Any luck with the water filter on the outside hoses? Yeah, we had discussed that before. Yeah, I've had the water filters in the back. I do have the inline water filter, and it's fucking miserable. It reduces my water pressure so low that the hose kinks all the time. Now, for what we're going to do on the swales, we'll use 3/4 inch 100-foot hoses, and it'll be fine because we're not going to drag those around. We're going to fill those swales and let them just, overflow. But for watering the garden, it's to the point that I'm about to abandon the chlorine filter. I have watered my raised bed gardens literally the entire time I've been in Tennessee with city water, and I've had a hell of a crop every single year. So I'm really not, I know we're better off without the chlorine, but I'm really to the point where I just don't give a shit if there's chlorine there. Even all my trees up on my swales, the buckwheat, all those beans that I put in, and I didn't scatter mulch them, all of that's been watered with hose water, chlorinated hose water. Like tonight, you could really smell it, right? They must have just shocked the system, but everything's growing, even with the chlorine. And yeah, it would be better, but it reduces the pressure just incredibly too much. Now, Shannon works at a pond and pool supply place. There is a big filter. It's about $168 for the canister. And then the replacement filters, it's more like a jacuzzi filter almost. And the replacement filters are like $60. I'm going to get one of those and try one of those also. Have to plant more tomatoes. Some of mine were destroyed. So I don't grow tomatoes. I don't eat tomatoes. It's very rare. We grow a lot of tomatoes. We just don't use them. So, and we have blight really bad. So mostly we grow cherry tomatoes, and I just slice them in half, put them on a dehydrator, and then we just kind of use them as sun-dried tomatoes, right? So I have them in the future when I'm eating that, 2 million pounds of pasta that I have. We're going to be eating them up. We're going to be eating the ass out of some sun-dried tomatoes, right? But I don't really use them too much. So we are really good at growing stuff and not eating it. Guzman, what's up? What do you do for long-term power? I'm thinking of getting one of the solar generators for many reasons, mostly no noise. So I have several Honda generators. I've got a brand new Honda EU 7500 with a wheel kit. And that's one of the whisper lights. It's super clean power. I have a couple 2000s and I have a couple 1000, all Hondas. I have some other stuff also. I also have this Blue Eddy AC 200 Max, and I've got another battery for it also. So I can plug these into the charger and charge this battery and my other battery. And then I can put this one in the 4Runner, and I can leave this one here, and I can put one in the Tundra, and we can take power with us. And we have all these plugs here on the side, right? So I can plug and charge whatever I need to work off of these. And then I've got these also, and guys are running refrigerators off of these things. They're running freezers off of these things. And then I have a lot of solar panels also. I've got the quad fold, and I can run an array of 3, so 12 total solar panels, and pump right into there off solar or shore power. I let a bunch of ladybugs go right on. Cherry tomato plants were eaten. My beefsteaks and roams are great. Huh. Watched the Crazy House video. Saddened by the orphan report. All about the children. My dad was an orphan Catholic one in Detroit. So Tiger Paw, just keep in mind, we weren't alive when any of that happened. Times were different. Yeah, terrible shit happens every place that things go unchecked. You want to see some crazy shit happen? Have a farm or have some animals. Hire some employees to take care of them. And then don't check on your employees every single week. You will find that your really expensive animals are let die. You are found that your really expensive animals are just put into a dumpster and you're not told about them. Anytime you leave human beings unchecked without constant oversight and supervision, terrible shit will happen. Whether it's children, whether it's animals, whether it's plants. You want to see true human beings? Hire a dude to come and water your plants every day, and don't check on them for 30 days. You're going to be amazed at how fucked up things are because you didn't check on him. And that's how everything is. And that was a very different time. Not that it doesn't... Okay, reconnect. So in those asylums, we took people that we didn't want walking amongst us. All of the asylums had multiple courthouses in them. So the judges would go there to commit people, right? To take their rights of freedom away. Husbands up until 1953 could drive up, drop their wife off because they didn't want her anymore, right? She didn't perform in the bedroom. She didn't do the dishes. She masturbated too much. There's actually an old asylum where they had reasons for intake, and there was like 29 reasons for intake, and they were the most mundane, crazy, normal, everyday shit. but you could lock people up for it. So you have all these people locked away where nobody wanted them anymore. So there's no oversight. So you had a lot of women that were there left to the devices of men. Some perhaps actually tried to render some kind of care. It's said that most of the people that were put into asylums went crazy. They were not crazy when they were put there. So you had a lot of women having a lot of babies, and this lady brokered these children. She sold over 1,000 of them. She sold them as cheap as $7 to a bunch of pedophiles. She sold them into slavery. I mean, we're talking last century, right? Not 2 centuries ago even. You're talking 1800s. So it's a different time, right? And really, without all those crazy stories, would we have any interest in even going and running through those places? So times have changed. My friend's cow was hit by lightning last night. Killed the cow, an unborn calf. That is fucking crazy. I would take it as a challenge to make the plants bigger and healthier, but I'm a plant freak. Sad rain. You remember to hit the like button. Yes, please do hit the like button, guys. There's 23 of you on here, 51 thumbs up. So that number is pretty respectable right now. Did you guys see that we put an asylum video up? We did a urban exploration last weekend. That video is all cut together and went up tonight, probably about 8 o'clock. If you haven't seen it, please check it out. Something a little different than our normal videos. Humans need constant supervise. Should be applied to Congress. If you want all your problems in politics to go away, every problem you have in politics would be served with a term limit. Every one of them. And if you held them accountable and punish them as though you punish normal citizens, all the problems would go away. Ooh, these are all way too big. All of these have to come off and be changed. Every fucking one of those. They're almost an inch too long. I actually got a notification for that video. I saw Amanda's version on TikTok. Yeah. So Amanda takes better photos than I do. The phone just does. And I'll take pictures and I'm like, hey, come over here and take the same picture. And then we'll just look to see. At the end of the video, after the outro, there's a bunch of photos there also. James Barton, how are you, man? I'm not familiar with Blue Eddy. I'll look them up. I've been looking at the Jackery. I think you'll be fine with Jackery. I went with the Blue Eddy. It had a little more power for what I wanted. When I go overlanding in Tacoma, I like the idea of solar and not having to carry extra fuel. So B. Jones, don't outsell, don't underestimate also. You can charge it off of a cigarette lighter so shore power kind of. And the solar's awesome, right? But are you really, if we're honest with ourselves, how much solar charging are you going to do while on the run? While you can, you have to really secure them to your roof. And I know you're like, well, I'll charge it in camp. When are you in camp? Most of the time you're in camp is dark, right? So you're not going to get any sun charging, no solar at night. And if you're overlanding, how long are you actually in camp? Are you going to leave? That the unit I have was, the unit I bought was $6,500, right? I'm not going to leave $6,500 sitting in camp while I go out at, off-roading. So just kind of keep that in mind. I definitely wanted the solar, which we got, just so if we need to quietly charge during the day so that we can run silent at night. That's why I got the battery system. Now, the generators we have are all very quiet also. Turned an internet EMP expert troll into an EMP coupon code. Asshole threatened to... Oh, I lost it. We've had some weirdos on our live feeds lately. We've had these guys coming in and they're like, you prepper guys scare me. You guys are dangerous. You're bad for society. And get rid of those motherfuckers. Do not let them even have any fun with your audience. Get them the fuck out of there. Kill their account. Literally, if I could push a button and knew that their fucking head exploded, I would push the button every time. I would kill that motherfucker through the internet every single time. Do not let them have, don't give them the satisfaction of wasting your time or making you angry. Ban them and ban them fast. Like none of this bullshit of you're on a 20-minute timeout or anything. Get them the fuck out of there. Let their miserable little fucking bitch ass make a brand new account. Get them the fuck out. What you're going to find is all of us who are friends and do videos together, it's the same motherfuckers rolling around on all of our videos. Ban them, cut the head off of the snake. Farm turned an internet EMP expert troll into an EMP shield. Coupon code asshole threatened to sue the company. So they asked me to take the video down and change the code. Yeah, total punk. So what you do with that is in one of your closed groups, you tell all of your members and you send them his information. You give them his Facebook, you give them his Instagram, and you let everybody know who that motherfucker is. I know that I've missed a bunch of comments here, so if you said something and I didn't address it, just repost it. Gary Johnson, what's up? How are you? What's everybody doing this weekend? What's the plans for the weekend? So we were supposed to be 105 degrees tomorrow, and it's looking like we're going to be 95 degrees tomorrow. Very excited about that 10 degrees less in temperature. The second militia, how is James doing? How the fuck do you think James is doing? Like for real, how the fuck do you think James is doing? If you're going to ask me how James is doing, I want you to go and send $100 to James's fucking thing right now. James is fucking, the truth is, James is probably living better right now than every one of us on here. He's definitely doing things that he wants to do, and he is only doing things that he wants to do right now. Gary Johnson, having a good night. Yeah, great night. Got in here about 20 minutes ago, took a cold shower. It is so hot in the back there that a cold shower is not even cold anymore. Watered, drug hoses, pulled and moved water, moved chickens, dragged rabbit tractors, topped everybody's water, filled the swells up and let them cascade down into all the swells up top. And came in here soaking wet, like soaking wet. Had to have Amanda peel my shirt off. Took as cold a shower as I could, and then jumped on here. When I'm off of here, I'm going to do a bunch more paperwork and computer work, and just continue to whittle down orders. I spent last weekend, Friday night till 4 a.m. working, and then I spent till 11 p.m. working Saturday night. And then Monday morning, got up at 4 a.m. and worked until everybody showed up. And the reward for that is we shipped over 1,000 boxes this week. Amanda sat here through the evenings and shipped after Montana took off. These are all boxes that are ready to ship right here. Every one of these boxes here should be shipping Monday or Tuesday. We've just got to place all the bags in those boxes, and those will all go also. Going to be working the dog prepping weapon-based grappling video. That's cool. Working double shift, grabbing that overtime. Right on, Jason. Moving this weekend, closing our house Wednesday, then starting to build on the old farm. James, that's going to be awesome, man. And I hope that that is 100% on your terms, dude. Plans this weekend, helping family move into their new place. Selling more furniture, right on. Prepping next week's free jiu-jitsu camp. Tomorrow, farmer's market morning, very cool. Pulling power to the greenhouse, awesome, right on. Moving dirt, disposing of some water jugs. Dynamite disposal for a fish dinner help. Is that real? That's fucking, that sounds awesome. That sounds awesome. Moving dirt. How are you moving the dirt? You have equipment? We have a skid steer here. I need a grapple bucket is what I need. Permapastures, yes, hit the thumbs up, guys. 43 online, 63 thumbs up so far. While that number seems high, most of those people who hit that thumbs up are not currently on the video. They've already bailed out. We can talk about anything you want. I cannot have a conversation with myself. As soon as I'm off of here, I'm going to go eat all this chocolate cake over here so it doesn't go to waste. Then I'm going to have a couple margaritas. So I am 100% fine with getting off of here and going and eating that cake. But I will stand here and talk to you as long as there's something to talk about. So type those comments out. Small tractor. Yeah, those grapples are gold. Yeah, I've got a 75 horsepower Kubota skid steer. And then I've got a 35 horsepower John Deere. So I've got a front auger attachment. I've got a toothed bucket. I've got a flat bucket. I've got pallet forks. I've got all the quick detaches, but I need a good, like, hydraulic, grapple bucket for moving lumber and rail ties and shit around. How's my garden looking? It looks really good right now. It looks pretty miserable middle of the day. I need to put up more shade cloth. To put up more shade cloth, we have to drill more holes, and we're running full speed inside right now. Tequila and chocolate cake. I think I need to start popping off some seeds for the fall garden. Yeah, now would be a good time to do it, wouldn't it? Have you talked about the guide stones been blowing up? Yeah, I'm glad they're blowing up. Don't miss them. Never went to see them. I would like to think that people are just tired with nonsense that is not good for us, and we're done with it, right? You keep hearing all these crazy leftists talk about civil wars coming, civil wars coming, civil wars coming. I would tell you that we are already in civil war, and the battle lines just haven't moved close enough to your house yet. I would also tell you that while all the crazy shit was happening over the last 3 years, 99% of it didn't exist for me because I don't live where they were doing it. And if they came out here to do it, good old boys out here would have killed them, and they would have never made it home. Scott, what's up, man? There are a few areas along the East Coast that could turn to dust too. Is it me? Is it me, or have you changed the app? Kerber, I don't know what we're talking about. Change the app. I don't know what you mean. An East Coast person was asking about places to relocate to from a prepper standpoint. What does Camden area offer people? It offers people not a fucking thing. Don't come here. There's no jobs here. You can come here if you have a business, you can live like a king. If you come here, you can't take somebody's job. There are no jobs. There is no industry. There is nothing here unless you are self-made. If you're self-made, you can come here and live awesomely. If you ship your product UPS or US Mail, we have internet that's pretty good. UPS comes here, FedEx, and the US Mail service is here. We don't have a real grocery store. We don't have a movie theater. We don't have a coffee shop. Everybody's in the middle of your fucking business here. I keep to myself, and I employ a bunch of people. And when I wanted to go eat dinner last night, I don't eat dinner in this town. I've had too many people work for me that I have fired, so I won't give them the satisfaction of spitting in my food. I don't care that they spit in my food. I just won't give them the satisfaction of it. And there's nothing high end here. Like most of your shit here is fast food. There is not a good steak within 100 miles of here. There's just not. We drive to Jackson, an hour away. Well, I guess that's less than 100 miles. And I had a really good bone-in prime rib last night, and I had some duck quesadillas. We drove an hour specifically to go get that dinner. You can buy land pretty inexpensively here. We don't have codes and zoning. I bought this 10,000 square foot building on 10 acres of property. I paid $140,000 for it. I then had a $500,000 construction loan, and we spent almost every dime of that building this building out, and it's not done yet. But there's no zoning, there's no codes. You can do pretty well anything you want to do here until it harms somebody else in a negative manner. So in that aspect, it's great. It's a 90-minute drive to Nashville. It's a 2-hour drive to Memphis. And we go to Nashville or Memphis or Jackson almost every single weekend. So while it is a 90-minute drive, you're driving 85 miles an hour. There is never traffic here, ever. Better buy the land before Bill Gates does. Tay Jones, what's up? You have a badass setup. Second militia, we do. We have a really good setup, and I've had a lot of help over the years, and just having the right and a lot of the wrong guys too. But I mean, having wrong dudes that work still, it still adds up. Like our construction guys, there was horrible shit going on, because they drug it out all over the winter so that they didn't have to be outside, and they would start pieces of projects here before they finished others. Like upstairs, all the light switches are behind the doors. That should have never happened, but I didn't know to stop it, right? But the fucking contractor knew. I have $17,000 in glass, just right here, 17 grand. And when the glass company came in, they put half the glass in backwards. So where it's labeled, where the words are, they had it flipped. So I'm like, hey, you guys are gonna have to change this. He's like, well, it's the same. I'm like, no, for 17 grand, you're going to take this out and put it back in correctly. Just pity little shit, right? Like these badass stairs right here, right? When they welded on the flange on the bottom, they didn't compensate. So this deck right here sits almost a ½ inch taller on this edge. So you can't open those 2 glass doors right there, which costs $3,500 for that set of doors. They won't open outward because they hit this. So just pity little shit, right? Stuff I didn't know, but I know now. TAC 556, what's up? So the government hasn't reached out to tell you to destroy crops. They're paying money. I don't believe that. I know you see a lot of people saying that. I forward that to friends who are farmers, and I have farmer friends who have over 1,000 acres, several of them, 550 head of cattle, wheat. They grow their own grass. They grow their own soybeans and corn every year. And not a fucking single farmer do I know. Every one of them, when I send them those videos, they always say the same thing. They didn't offer me any money. Like, we have corn all over the place here. Even though there's fertilizer shortages and shit, right? And you're hearing there's not going to be any corn, and everybody's planting soy because it takes 1/3 of the inputs. We got corn as far as you can fucking see everywhere you drive around here. So I'm not saying it's not true. I'm saying most of the videos you see, you have one dude that makes a video in the morning. You have 10 dudes that watch him by 9 a.m. So by noon, you've got 10 more videos up. And then over the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, everybody makes and remakes the same fucking video saying the same shit that they never fact checked. Caswell County, North Carolina has 10 parcels. Just put an offer in. Lakefront. Close to my family. Butts up against 400 acres. That's awesome. That's awesome. Are you still drinking the 21 Seeds tequila? I bought some per your recommendation. It's one of my favorites in the summertime. I do like it. I have not had it lately. Let's go upstairs. We'll look at some booze. So my go-to is Silver Patron. I have $1,500 bottles of tequila, and I have $35 bottles of tequila. We were literally talking about this a few hours ago. My go-to is Patron Silver, not even the aged. I used to like the darker the better, which means it stayed in oak longer or it stayed in the casks longer, and it has a more rich flavor. Everything I've been drinking for the last several years is all silver, which means it's a younger tequila. It's clear, and it's been Patron Silver is my go-to. The last couple weeks, I've been drinking Dr. Stoner's again, which is not expensive, but it is a smaller bottle. And I do have a lot of 21 Seeds. I bought cases of it. Here's Dr. Stoner's here. Here's Tito's. Yeah, I like 21 Seeds, as you can see. I really like this Dr. Stoner's. I love the Casamigos. There's more Dr. Stoner's. I love anything Dobel. I really like this Milagro, right? The Milagro. And when COVID kicked off about 6 months into it, we couldn't get Patron. Like, I seriously thought they went out of business, and we were buying this shit just because the local place had it for $35, and it's pretty damn good. Love effing vodka, the cucumber. I like to splash that in. Most of what you see here is tequila. And you can kind of see what you see a lot of, so you know that I like those. There's some bottles of Patron down there. There's some bottles of Patron over here. Here's some bottles of Patron. I try to buy the big bottles anytime I find them, but like locally here, they don't carry big bottles. So when we go into Nashville, but I've really cut back my spending I have not bought any booze probably in 6 months. But before that, I mean, we would go and buy $3,000 worth of booze, every other weekend. Especially like in the very beginning of the Kufus, like we kind of believed some of the shit they were saying, right? Just in case. And I thought, I would like to be able to have fucking a margarita 5 years from now. So we just kind of took them on their bullshit, and we prepped in a manner of like, in 5 years, if I couldn't have this, what is it I would like to have? And we acted accordingly. John's Jungle Palace of Love. That's how I know this is Billy talking. What's up, buddy? I love you guys, man. 1800 is really good. Yeah, it is. I attend Mesa College in San Diego, have the latest iPhone, and have been having issues with my phone with 4G network. Phone almost never works. Should I blame Apple? So I lived right in Terrasana, right? So I know where Mesa College is. I know where Miramar College is also. No, that's all 5G network there. The 4G stuff works like shit now. They have removed a bunch of the 3G and 4G towers, apparently. I was wondering where those were. I have literally 10 cell phone towers within sight now here. There used to be 2, and the cell phone worked perfect. You would walk outside, and all of a sudden your shit would go from Wi-Fi to cellular network seamlessly. Now, most days I can't get any cell signal outside, even though if I raised up about 20 feet, I can see 10 cell towers. And just from the ground where I am, I can see 4 cell towers at any given time. And my cell signal does not fucking work until I'm almost a mile away from the building. Witherspoon, what's up, man? The last time you went to Mexico, John? Oh, I haven't been to Mexico forever, man. The biggest business down there is stealing white folks. Fucking ransom. I got nothing to do down in Mexico, buddy. Muscadine wine, homemade. I have a really nice apple juice, like apple cider comes in, full of some strawberry wine in my refrigerator. Somebody made me. Loving the Panic Prepper video. Scott, we put a new video out tonight. It's a little different. We did not do a Panic Prepper video this week, but we have a urban exploration video went up, and we had a good time doing it. Take a look at it. Let us know what you think. We got more content like that coming. I'm not asking you if you want it. I'm telling you there's more coming, and hopefully you like it. Old orders or new orders? I don't know what we're talking about. Long day, but I got a lot done. Right on, right on. Korean liquor called soju. I don't know if I have or not. RBD, cool video, right on. It's nice up here. It's so hot in the garage that these windows are all sweating. Thanks for the quick response to my email this week about the sling bag. Matt, not a clue what that's about. I have probably sent 5,000 emails this week. It's amazing. Dudes will be like, hey, how's my order coming? And I'm like, your order's all in the box. It's waiting on this free thing. I can totally ship it today if you want to skip the free thing. Oh, no problem. No worries. Just thought I'd send you another 20 emails. The exploring the asylum was awesome. Watched it about 40 minutes ago. Right on. Thanks, man. John Morris Day singing about Jungle Love. We'll pop it. Jungle Love. If it's hot here at 3,000 feet, I can't imagine. Oh, it's hot, buddy. We've had 100 days. I was outside last night at 90 degrees, and there was a slight breeze, and I would have told you it was 75 degrees. It has been so hot. Like it's hotter here right now than it has ever been since I've lived here, and it's very very humid. Like this morning, I took care of animals at 6 o'clock this morning. Like there's not even any eggs laid yet when I'm doing them, just to beat the 95-degree temp. Any politically correct ways to deal with neighbors that throw trash in your yard? Yeah, I would spray their entire fucking lawn with gasoline. Like you don't want me as a neighbor ever if we're gonna be on bad terms, because I'm gonna take shit so much fucking further than where you could even fathom me going. No, my plan for neighbors is buy enough property that you can't see your neighbors. It's global warming. Josh sent me something about how the ice caps are melting, and apparently there's something to that. But I mean, clearly it's not because of jet planes and shit, right? Because everybody at Davos flies their jets everywhere, to include Thunberg. The problem is the other planes, all those fucking chemtrails they're fucking spraying everywhere. That's where your problem is. It's all the aluminum they're putting in the air, right? They were controlling weather back before Vietnam. Do you think they just stopped doing it? At 8:30 in Paris last night, it was 98 degrees and 70% instant soup. No doubt, man. No doubt. I would be surprised that it was as low as 70%. Yeah, Big B, man, that's a tough one. Didn't you just say you had dynamite? I know. I kid. Prank call, prank call. How do you manage your email, especially when you have so many things going on? I just sit down and do it, Yogi. I replied to 0 emails over the weekend, and I'm just now working back through those emails, right? So when I get in bed finally, I have the computer in my lap, and I look through the emails and I delete everyone that I can. And the ones that need me to address them, I actually set them to print. And I actually just went through them over the last couple days and replied to those guys. You send an email, you're probably not going to get an email as fast back, but eventually 90% of the people that email me, I don't ever reply to. I just put it in motion or do what we can so that the next thing they hear from us is a tracking number. And amazingly, people will be like, hey, and this is how I imagine it, right? Because there's no tone in text or email, right? So who knows what they really meant. But what I hear is, hey, asshole, this is the third motherfucking time I've emailed you. About 80% of those people, when I pull their shit up, we've already sent them tracking. So if they had logged into their account, they would know that we had sent them tracking. But most people don't. Typically, people are lazy. How do I turn? That's weird. I have no light here. Save highlight. Weird. Don't seem to have a light on this for some reason. The video I sent was about Plymouth Rock. Oh, that's Josh. Yeah, there we go. Let's see what he's saying. Video I sent was about Plymouth Rock, the actual rock that stepped off the boat onto. It's only a few centimeters out of the water. So since 1640, the oceans haven't raised even 2 centimeters. Josh, I see a lot of dudes. Dan Pena says that, right? Pena says, do you know how you know it's horseshit about the oceans rising? The insurance companies are still insuring all those properties, and the Obamas keep buying up shore property. If the oceans were rising, all of these rich people would not continue to buy that property. It's all a fucking story to get you to sell it out of fear so that they can buy it. They're the only ones that can afford to buy it. Your choices would be Sonic or McDonald's, not worth it. What are we talking about here? If I have to choose Sonic or McDonald's, for a milkshake, I'm going banana caramel from Sonic. But for food, I'm going with McDonald's over Sonic. When I buy property, I'm totally going to put up enough trees, dirt, fences, dogs to make it clear this is not, yeah. And you need a couple of acres around the whole perimeter so that you can just keep forests there, right? And have a ton of pine trees or bamboo or something, right? So when the leaves, because how many times in the fall do when we're driving through Dakota, how many times do you look and you're like, I didn't know that was there? It's only because the leaves came off. That's how we know it's there. Take a glass of water with ice and the ice melts. Does it overflow? Good point. Only food I get at Sonic is corn dog. Medi, I'm with you. About twice a year, I'll be like, go to Sonic and get me 100 hot dogs. 100, get me 100 corn dogs and get me 2 foot-long chili dogs. Saw a good video from Bear from the internet. Is he coming to October event? John, I'm guessing probably not. It's a pretty big deal for him to take off and be here. He's 100% invited. Bear is the only person that I personally invited to come to the event. That was the one person that I said, hey, will you come do this? Board investigations of Border Patrol on horseback found that they did nothing wrong. Well, we fucking knew they did nothing wrong. Results were discussed today at briefing. President and Vice President owe somebody an apology. The President and Vice President, Donald Trump, released a statement about the Prime Minister or whatever his position was in Japan being assassinated. As of noon, the White House hadn't released any comment whatsoever. Now, mainstream media deleted 2 posts they made talking kind of shit about the man that was assassinated. He was very divisive. The Japanese people loved that dude. And he was still an advisor in many capacities. But the bigger question, I guess, is how was a man assassinated with a shotgun in Japan when Japan can't have guns, right? He made this. He put this gun together from like 2x4s and plastic and duct tape and walked up and assassinated this man. Got to head out later. All grumpy. Have a great night, man. Have a great weekend. I hope that whatever you do this weekend is because you choose to do it. Got notification. Shotgun rig padded H harness. Thank you so much. I've been ecstatic to get it for like 6 months. So Tyler, I spent literally the last 2 entire weekends, and I've put my hand on every order, and anything that was just waiting on little stuff, we pushed all that little stuff through this last week or 2 weeks. That's what all these are. We have all of these are orders that we're just waiting on the H harness, which is always the last thing. So all of these H harnesses here, almost all of them will ship rigs. Like this guy's got 2 rigs on here. So the Mexican National Guard is flipping trucks while drinking beer with migrants headed to the U.S. I'm in Florida. We just did a pistol class today. 105 weather, 88 humidity. Nuts. Nuts. You recently mentioned your irrigation was from city water. Do you have a well? If not, we do not have a well. I have called well guys, 3 different companies who said they would be out in 90 days. And that was 2 years ago, and none of them have showed up. Everybody and their brother and sister wants a well right now. And I don't have any juice. And really, I haven't worried too much about it. While we were waiting for well guys to show up, we put in some big retention ponds. One of them is a lot of water. It's at the low point of the property. I mean, we could run pumps and move that water. Eventually, we will do a well. Looks like the rifle used at the parade shooting was a Kel-Tec Sub 2000. We knew that. We knew that. Everybody was saying, when they said AR-15 like, people were like, it's going to be a Kel-Tec. And that's exactly what it was. John, how do you consider Trump as a politician? You don't own a business, do you? You sign the back of a check. You don't sign people's checks, do you? Because Donald Trump, I'm 50 years old. Donald Trump is the only fucking president, the only one who did anything in the 4 years that he was president that was better for my family and all of my employees and my children. The entire fucking 50 years I've been alive. Every other president has raised my taxes, raised all my stuff. Shit. Obama's fucking medical plan, my insurance went from $800 a month to $2,500 a month, literally almost overnight. Trump lowered that by, 70% probably. Fuel was down. Employee taxes were down. Corporate taxes were down. Under Obama, I paid 45% of every fucking dollar I made to personal, everything that passed to myself or my wife, I was in a 45% tax bracket. I wasn't under Trump. So call it what you want, man. Do whatever you want. But the difference is when a man asks a question like that, and as far as politician, what's the definition of politician? He said some shit people didn't like. He did the most best shit for this fucking country, literally in the 50 years I've been alive. And somebody says FJB, fuck Joe Biden. Yeah, I don't care which guy you like. Whether you're Republican or Democrat, nobody gives a shit as long as you're one or the other. They worry about you when you don't play their games. The fucking dude that owns the football team, he doesn't give a shit which team you're there to see. They both own the fucking stadiums. No matter which team you're there, the jersey you're buying, pretending to be something you're not, that fucking piece of shit jersey you're going to buy, same company makes all those team jerseys. They don't give a fuck, man. And whether you're Republican or Democrat, they're all on the airplane going to fucking Pedophile Island. They're all fucking torturing and doing heinous shit to little kids. So how do I call him a politician? And I don't remember even calling him a politician. I don't know where you even got that from. They only go to cheer on the money they're making. Trump had the taxes down to 21% and gave the cheapest since the 90s. That's right. That's right. Your supply line and my supply lines are stable. There's shit we can't get every single day. We're ordering shit and a quarter of what we're ordering showing up. When I have pallets, we have pallets, right? A semi truck pulls up here and drops off a pallet of material. There's like fucking 12 to 15, 16 rolls of material on a pallet. And the dude walks in here and he's like, hey, I need a check for $280. Do you know what that fucking same pallet costs now? We're getting pallets with 6 to 10 rolls of material. You know how much that fucking check is? We need a check for $750 now. So yeah, I think I would take Trump. Love the grocery bag. Take it everywhere. Do you have more in stock? Oh yeah, we always have grocery bags in stock. So the key to getting a grocery bag is order the color you want and then be like, hey, I'll take anything close to this. Because the grocery bags are unlocked. You can order it whether we have it or not. Most little stuff, you can order it whether we have it or not. As we're making all the bigger items, they're getting locked down and you can no longer order them. But grocery bags, I have all of these grocery bags. I see Ghost, I see black red thread, I see solid black, I see purple, I see Raid, Typhon red thread, multicam, looks like Mandrake, OD, multicam black orange thread, Tiff blue with pink, purple, multicam black orange, Typhon toxic. Those are all grocery bags, and these can ship to you. These are Cali bags. I like these a little better. They have a little bit longer handle, and if you get a lot of weight in them, you can choke up with the smaller handle. This will hold 2 ammo cans, and I've got a lot of colors of those also. Yogi Sound, man. So no reply, buddy. Do you or do you not own a business? Are you an employer or are you an employee? Man, I can smell that cake all the way over here. These here will be Rallyman subloads if you would like one. These will be coming available probably Monday. I see rifle ammo cards over there. I see mesh pockets out here. A lot of 3-mag shingles. Looks like we probably have 24 of those going. These Friday the 13th bags, multicam black. We're putting green handles on those. Mesh pockets through here. Chris Watkins, what's up, man? How are you? Where are you guys? Holy shit, I'll bet it's fucking miserable working right now, huh? Why don't people support made in the U.S. more than they do? Pay a little more, make your country strong. I think it depends, right? Because a lot of times it is just, it's a fucking pain in the ass to find made in America when you can just go on Amazon, right? I have shit come in here literally from 3 different carriers almost every day from Amazon, like 550 cord, right? I buy 550 cord direct from the manufacturer, but the sad truth is I can get it cheaper through Amazon, faster from Amazon, and not have to fucking wait weeks to get it. I can literally order 1 roll or 40 rolls through Amazon and it'll show up here. And if you're using Amazon, if you link if you have American Express, you can have all your American Express points set up so that it literally pays everything you order. Your points will pay for almost everything you order through Amazon Prime. Like, you guys who, so if you hear a dude's like, I want a black card, or you hear a guy's like, I have a black card, if a dude tells you he has a black card, he's fucking lying to you. And if a guy says he wants a black card, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. What's a black card from an American Express cost? $7,500 a year to maintain, I believe. It's $8,000. You can get a plum card that with the points back and the cash back on a plum card, I can literally pay 2 employees' payroll every month off of the money back off an American Express plum card. So if in American Express, guys don't like American Express because you have to pay it every month, right? Well, you don't. You can go 90 days on them. You can go 60 days, but you should pay them, right? So the advantage is you're making one payment instead of paying out to all these other places. And the rewards coming back off the American Express card are way fucking superior than everything else out there. I use Amazon for most, but certain things I will only buy from SOE. Yeah, we're never going to go to Amazon. See, Amazon, I can ship to you if I populated Amazon and you ordered SOE products on Amazon and then you had them for 90 days and you said, "Hey, I don't have this," or whatever. Amazon never protects the vendor. Amazon always sides with the customer. We don't use Amazon. I don't even do Amazon Pay anymore because of problems we had with customers after the fact. So we just turned everything Amazon off. Why do those gummy bears taste so much better than the stuff in the store? Because they're different than the stuff in the store. We use a U.S. manufactured gummy bear, and they actually make our gummy bears when we place the order. They don't ever pull them out of a warehouse and ship them to us. They literally make them a couple days after we order them, and they ship them to us. They're very, very fresh. So back to, I do try to buy U.S. goods, right? When I bought the Toyotas, it's always amazing how people will show up to take issue with how you spend your money, right? So I bought a Toyota Tacoma, and people were like, "You should have bought a Ford or a Chevy." The Toyota Tacoma was the most U.S. manufactured truck that there was at the time. I believe the Colorado now is more U.S. manufactured. But still, like Porsche, Range Rover, Toyota. I own Porsche, Range Rover, Toyota. I own a Nissan van. I own 2 Fords. I own a Dodge. I own a Chevy. I own a GMC, right? All those trucks. When I put oil in them, where do you think the oil comes from? When I take them to the tire shop, where do you think the dude that works at the tire shop lives, right? Where do you think the distribution is? Where do you think the service and tech, where do you think the fuel guys are? So everybody taking issue with that shit, number one, they never do it themselves. Or number two, they can't afford to do anything different than what they're doing. Yeah, the dude giving you shit about it, he might own an American car that his grandma gave him. It's never somebody taking issue with something you do in a position to do anything different themselves. My previous Ram was built in Mexico. My current Toyota was made in, yes sir, yes sir. Ford has a lot of things made out of country. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, almost everything. They're one of the lesser U.S. manufactured vehicles, or were. I think it probably fluctuates. I like my VW made in Germany. I think you'd do great with a VW, especially one of their diesels. But at the end of the day, though, Tom Morris, I want you to do literally whatever the fuck it is you want to do, man. If you made that money, if you made the money, you spent the money, you spend your money however you want to spend it. Whatever makes you smile, man. When you walk out in that garage or when you get in that car and you put that heated steering wheel on, I want you to do, everybody on here, I want you to do literally whatever it is you want to do. Anything, whatever it is you want to do. If it doesn't harm me in a negative manner, then I don't care what you do. Nissan Titan. Yeah, I got a Nissan Highbox van. I paid for it, and I get it fixed by an American. Yeah. Pierre, what's up, man? How are you? Amazingly, when you buy a Porsche, when you buy those evil German, those Nazi vehicles, where do you think the distribution is? They're here in the United States. Where do you think the tech is? Where do you think the service guy is? Where do you think the fucking dude that puts the tires on? Those are all U.S. citizens, right? That car doesn't go back on a boat and go to Germany. That's all U.S. distribution. That's all money spent in the United States. And I'll bet you most of that money when you buy a Porsche in the United States, it doesn't go back to fucking Mother Germany. It stays here in the United States. I want a VW diesel, 50 miles to the gallon. Yeah, Chris, I think it'd be awesome, man. I think it'd be awesome. Have you seen all those Tesla charging? People are getting their fucking electric cars charged, and they're literally waiting in line hours. It takes just to speed charge the thing. I think they said it took like 25 minutes, and there was like 100 people in line. And then you're having to pay because a lot of those charging stations run off of a diesel generator. So you're paying, I think they said you pay like $10 for every 5 minutes or 50, something crazy. And who fucking knows? Because I'm never buying one and I don't know shit about them, and I'm just repeating some bullshit I saw on the internet. Unpacking and unpacking. Unpacking and unpacking. Already making changes to the house. Of course, man. Unpack slowly. As soon as you're fully unpacked, you're going to start looking for another house. Dude, those are my favorite bags. What bags are we talking about? Really nice Nissan plant in Mississippi. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Oh, these are the Memorial Day bags. These all have the star liners in them. So every one of these will go into a box first thing Monday, and those boxes will ship. And then we have tons. We've got tons of bags we've been making. Lots and lots of bags are being made that go to free orders. Those all go out the door. Speaking about Nissan, have you seen Jay in a while? Yeah, Jay bought, what did he buy? So Jay works for Polaris in Alabama, and I've seen him a few times, and he bought, what did he buy? A brand new Chevy, a big ass black Chevy truck. And I saw him maybe 6 months ago, and I saw him maybe 9 months ago, and he's had two different big ass Chevy trucks since then. What the hell's going on over here? Hey, what are you doing? Are you sneezing? What happened to you? There's snot coming out your nose. You poor little thing. What's going on here? I'm gonna have to pull this cat out and see what's going on with him. Gave my brother a couple of your bags and 2 bags of freeze-dried Skittles. Thanks, man. Tom? I saw the charging rate was more expensive than gas. That's what I saw, too. The one bag I use every day is the messenger bag. Is there any chance of another run? Probably not, man. Those were mostly like free bags. The math worked out to double the price per mile of electric vehicles. Yes. And all these places are being like, hey, don't charge your electric vehicles during peak hours because of rolling blackouts. Less than 1% of the population drives an electric vehicle, and they're already telling them not to charge. I miss the dude. Haven't talked to him since Facebook deleted my account 2 years ago. Since Facebook deleted, I didn't know Facebook deleted your account. Jay Jones is still out there, man, and if you reach out to him, I'm sure he'd like to hear from you. He will talk to you. At work, we figured out difference in driving a gas 3500 truck and a diesel 3500 truck. It's cheaper to drive the diesel over a 300,000 mile period. The diesel is $60,000 cheaper. Chris, I'm with you, man. I just had a brand new transmission put in my mega cab. The cat has boogers. Yeah, is that, I've never seen a cat do that. Is that normal, Amanda? I'm out of gummy bears. I need to come out soon. I feel like I can make the drive in a shorter time than normal. I feel like I can make, oh, because you live closer now? Just drive that Tesla. Just roll it on out here. That's why we aren't friends on Facebook anymore. Deleted my Instagram too. I had to rebuild everything. Oh, I had no idea, Great Wolf. I didn't know that. I guess that's why I see you on TikTok all the time. Casey Kemp, welcome back. Welcome to SOE family member. I don't know how you highlighted that, but that's cool. Push, push. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Everybody have a good evening. I hope that whatever you do this weekend, it's because you want to do it, not because you have to do it. And whatever you have to do, I hope that also happens to be what you want to do. And if it's not, while you're doing that shit that you don't want to be doing, ask yourself how you can position your life to not have to do shit you don't want to do anymore. I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to go have this giant ass chocolate cake, and I'm going to get a little bit of more work done, and I'm going to have a margarita. You guys have a great night.